Back we go. It is Sunday, March 26th. Going over a lot of different stocks. Back in action, making some videos. I went on FinViz. If anyone don't know what FinViz is, it's one of the best free charting software. You can do so many things on it. It has news, home screen, screener, crypto. Yeah, have today's top gainers. You can do a lot on this. And I think you can pay 25 a month if you want to join. You get more with that. And I'm looking at these regional banks. They've been hit hard. Every year in the stock market, it's something. It's like oil's down. Remember when oil went negative, then it went up. Crypto was huge. And then you had COVID. Everything was crushed. Now you have regional banks with interest rates being as high as they are. So I put in, you can put so many different things here: filters, exchange, index. I put in sector, financial, industry, banks, regional. And I put in yearly performance so far. So it's only been 3 months, and you can see the top leader or top loser is SI. I put in the worst performers. Look at SI, which is Silvergate Corporation, as I load this up. And Silvergate Capital Corporation is, let's go back. They operate as bank holding company, Silvergate Bank, and we all know what happened with this. Company accepts deposits, interest on interest bearing accounts, money market, certificates, deposit accounts. It was founded in 1988, La Jolla, California. And this got pretty much crushed. And looking back in the news, Silvergate might be going out of business, so why the shares blasting today. That was on Friday. You can see, look at the volume here. See right here, the green, a tremendous volume. And that was because of short covering. I was reading the story, short covering basically. What I was reading, they can basically possibly sell off part of their technology and it could be worth something. So that's one reason. US banking crisis could present opportunity for some crypto exchanges. Looking for some unanswered question. Signature Silver Bank, big questions. So you can see this here was on a massive run, went to 110. Look at this downtrend. Then we bounced to 20, then it went down to $1.72, and then 52% on that possible technology, maybe sell off of part of their technology, and it bounced. It was short covering too. When people are crushing a stock and it's getting pushed so far, even this is going bankrupt, then had a big bounce. So this was a big loser. You look on the weekly chart, you can see this was around 2021. Look at that move up. Big move back down. 2022, it sort of peaked just before that. Then I had a few bounces. Then it was on a downtrend. You draw a line right here. And there we are on the weekly. On the monthly, basically looks like pyramid. You use your front side and then back down. It literally went back down and below the 2020, which is incredible because the total collapse. This had institutional ownership 79.90%. Look at the income, minus 948 million. Market cap's only worth 35 million now. Incredible. So downgraded Wedbush. That was March 6th. And I told you why. The shares are moving, short covering and possible sell off of part of their technology. So there you go. And there could be some more good day trading with this too on SI. All right, let's look back on the screener. Next one, let me see. I'm looking for volume too. SHFS, Banks Regional. It only does 20,000 volume, so that's going down. FRC, talked about in a previous video. PACW, this is good volume. PACW is PacWest Bancorp. This is another one. This is up near 30. Came down a little bit, 22-ish, and bounced to 30 again. Then you had the big drop. This thing's at 9.55. Market cap on this is 1.09 billion. Income 396 million. Institutional ownership 95%, 95.30. This was actually upgraded on the 13th from 31 to 29 neutral to a buy. Analysts are reducing their forecasts for this year. Bank stocks are trading. Just looking for any news on this. Exactly the news on this. March 22nd, PacWest shares sink despite liquidity lift. PacWest secures 1.4 billion of cash from Atlas after deposits fall to 20%. So going back on this is a bank holding company. PacWest Bancorp was founded in 1999, headquartered in Beverly Hills, California. So there you have it on this. This looks a little better. I don't see any news on this, like this is going down tomorrow, anything like that. I'm looking here. All the sector regional banks. You don't know who's going to fall next. You don't know, what the next scenario is. If few of these banks are in major trouble, that's not a good sign. Back on the 22nd, it lands 1.4 billion new cash after deposits dropped 20%. PacWest Bancorp lost 20% of customer deposits. All right, so here we go. See, on these, you might be able to find a decent regional bank that comes out of this not bad. I mean, look, this was at 30, it's on a 9. If you get a double in this 9, 15 up to here near 20, that would be a great buy and hold maybe for some time or even a swing trade. You see this came down on the monthly. That's a big move down right there. All right, this is another one that has been absolutely crushed. But you can keep these in mind. I would put like a handful if you really want to, buy and hold them. Yeah, you look back in a few years, some of these, they'll bounce back. A lot of them are not going to just all fall. It's not going to happen like that. But you just don't know who. What else you got here? FRBK, First Foundation. Wow, this thing was 16,732. Looking for volume too. So FFWN. What else you got down here? Cube, CUBI, Wall. What is Wall? Western Alliance. Wow, that was 80. It's 33. Zion Bank Corp. We got down here CMA. What's this? 28 Key Corp. 28 million in volume. Let's take a look at Key. All right, Key Corp. Financial Banks Regional. Wow, this had like a quadruple top. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going back to July. Couldn't break that 20. And look at it now. 11. This has been very volatile too. Look at the volume. 10.5 billion in market cap, 1.79 billion in income. This looks 5.41 billion in sales, 85% institutional ownership, 85.70. So this looks like to be in better shape. Dividend 6.91%. Let's look at them. Wow, this was founded in 1849, headquartered in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't think this is just going to collapse. You never know. That's a long time. Its key provides various retail and commercial banking products, services in the United States, consumer bank, and commercial bank. They do all kinds of stuff: investment, cash management, mortgage banking, derivatives, foreign exchange, ripping off people. Just kidding. All right. All right, so look at Key. This looks to be in better shape. A big move down here. You have a big gap here, a little wash down, then you're moving up. And a lot of bounce. Look at the volume here. You can tell the volume up to here. Let's look at the weekly. See that big gap down, monthly. So go back to 2012. This was about almost 6, moved up. 10, moved up again at 22. Then the big drop of COVID. Yeah, this came down pretty hard to 745, then it bounced. And look at that cross. So you can tell on a daily, weekly, and monthly. A cross on a monthly after it's ran from COVID, that's a telltale sign of a top of a pattern that you're topping in a pattern. It's just a matter of time. And this dropped, and look what happened. But anytime, at least this stock's been this low, it has bounced for a good buy and hold. You just don't know if this is still going down yet, still with the banking and the economy and everything. If you're holding long term on this, it looks like, as far as I can see, it doesn't look horrible. We'll see what comes out. More news in some of these banks. This could go below 10, 8, 9. Who knows? Um, Day trade, swing trade will definitely be, in action on this play. All right, so that's key. Let's see what else we got here. Looking at big volumes. Let's see the next page. Drops off pretty big here. See 47%, 1 million. Bank United, FITB, Fifth Third Bancorp, 10 million in volume. TFC, Truist Financial. Wow, this has been crushed. Let's take a look at Truist. It was up near 50, 52, double top and triple top. Look at this wash down. See, I love these. Love these moves here. Look at this. Red, cap down. Then it found a low. Oh, here's the wick. That wick was like 28 to 32. This says 43.26 billion market cap. Holy. 5.93 billion income. 6.32% dividend. 75.30% institutional ownership. And they're a bank out of Truist, founded 1872, headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you can see here they do all kinds of stuff: automobile lending, credit card, mobile, lease finance. The list goes on and on. So this looks like another one you can, put in your back pocket there, and you might be able to hold this longer term and see what happens on this. It could be in good shape. Yeah, to pick out the winners in this regional banking. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Some maybe will get bought out by bigger banks. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, ton of bigger banks. That's why they're taking over. There's a handful of the bigger banks. And you really want regional banks because you don't want like anything monopoly. You don't want all these top banks taking over everything. Oh, here's the monthly. So you see 2012. This is another one. After the financial crash, this came up. Big COVID drop. There's so many stocks that bottomed and they just went off the races in 2020 up to 2022. Incredible, and now they're going all the way back down. All right, so TFC looks interesting for a longer term hold. Let's see what else we got here. Looking at the bigger volumes, like really big, 2 million. What's this? SMB, Cinovas Financial. Let's go to number 3, page 18. What's this? USB. There it is. U.S. Bancorp. Okay, this was up near 50, little above double top, and this washed down hard too. It's got 53 billion in market cap, 5.5 billion in income, 5.5 dividend yield. Institutional ownership 74%. All right, this was founded in 1863, headquartered in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Of course, you can maybe zoom in if there's videos done and I process it. You can see all kinds of stuff they do here. So, U.S. Bancorp. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly went up to 30 all the way. You can see here, okay, 60. Came down a little bit, bounced in at 50, and then back down we go. These regional banks have been slaughtered. Almost looks like the COVID drop you can see here, but that was a straight drop. This is a straight drop and a bounce, and then going back down. But USB looks to see any news on this too. US Bank Corp outpaces stock gains. Only bank stock I'm buying is this one. Warren Buffett is actively selling. US Bank Corp says business is growing despite banking industry concerns. All right, let's take a look. What else we got here? Where am I at here? USB. What's this 35 million? BBD, Banco Bradesco Brazil. Let's go to Brazil. 23.9 billion in market cap, 8.05% dividend income, 4.14 billion. In this one, insiders own 35%. That's a lot. Now this isn't an American bank; it's regional in Brazil. Institutions own 17% of this. So, just founded in 1943, headquartered in Cusco, Brazil. This is another one. Is up. Oh, this is only $2 a stock. 2.41. Holy cow! This is up near 450. So this is very lower priced. Going back, this doesn't make big moves here. 150 went up to 6, but this is lower price. So you gotta be aware of that. All right, so BBD, lower priced. What else we got in here? MTB Bank, it's in a wash down. You can see PNC. What we got here for what's CFG? Citizens. That's going down. What's this? 8 million. Webster Financial. All right, looks like the volumes are getting later in this. Seacoast Banking. And Valley National Bank. What's this one up here? Huntington Bank Shares. Let's see that. Look at there's so many of these. Look, 120 I'm down the number, and they're all crushed this year. First Horizon. There's Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank and Credit Suisse have been horrible for the last like 10 years. They're terribly run. Everything. They've been down for so long, and when something happens, they go down again. It's terrible. All right, let's see. There's anything else here? What's RF? Regions Financial. Bank OZK. I didn't realize there's this many banks. Jesus. Aya to Unibanco Holding Brazil. New York Community Bank. All right, so let's go back to one. So you can see regional banking here is being crushed, and you want to buy when people are totally fearful. It's like the fear gauge. Now you just don't want to buy any regional bank here and be slaughtered. These banking are not really day trades, not really swing trades. So they're mostly steady. Banks are very steady ever since the financial crash, but now they're not. So these are getting crushed. So these are in play with volatility, and we'll see what comes out longer term. Who survives? Which regional bank? I think there's some good on the list. So you want to take a look for yourself. Finviz Financial Regional Banks. Check it out. So that's it. Please subscribe to Mike Cayman Trade Alerts, and we'll be back for more videos later. Peace.